Hello, my name is Annette DeLu, and you are listening to The Heart of You. If you are interested in working with me in person, you now have the opportunity with Soul Discovery Workshop. We will spend 2 days discovering your spiritual gifts, unlocking your abilities to channel, to really tap into your intuition, to meet your guides and your angelic team, as well as diving in to the Akashic records. If you are interested and you are in the Huntington Beach, LA area, or even if you're not and you feel like taking a short trip, please head to my website at infinitesoullove.com and you can head to the store. Right there, you will find the Soul Discovery Workshop, which is September 16th and 17th, 2023. Today's message is about knowing when to move and knowing when to stay. There are many times in our lives when we have challenges in knowing when the right time to take action is and when it's time to sit in our divine feminine energy. And this channeling is going to address that very topic. You often get caught up in the stance of, should I take action or should I not? The challenge with this is that when you pause and ask that question, you are simply not in the flow of the energy of your life. So what needs to happen is you need to stay in the flow. Don't stop the flow because you don't know what to do. Continue in the flow. Understand that the answers will come. Understand that the time to take action will happen and it will happen naturally. If you are taking action on something, if you are pushing something forward, you will feel the energy of it. You will feel the energy of that resistance. Now, it feels like pushing forward doesn't seem to fit with the elements of what you would deem as resistance. But in fact, it is. When you push forward in something where you are meant to just simply take action when you are meant to, or when you are meant to sit in your divine feminine energy and be able to create and manifest and attract to you. When you are in that state of resistance, therefore you are taking action, you are actually going against the grain of what you are meant to do. We understand that this often feels like it's not the case because you must take action and you must move forward, and the way that you have been taught on this planet is to push, 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 and go forward and do the things that you must do and work and work and work and continue working and continue pushing and striving to do better and better and better. And although from one perspective, you could say that improvement and going towards your improvement is pushing towards something, but I want you to feel into something right now. Close your eyes. Feel into the energy of what it feels like when something just comes into your energy field. So for example, if you were to apply for jobs and you're continually pushing and pushing and pushing, but yet your energy is anxious, your energy is worrisome, your energy is fearful. Imagine the same scenario where you're applying for a job and you just apply. You've taken that action. Now it is up to the universe. Now it is up to the manifestation of what you truly want. Now let's back up a second. Have you actually identified what you truly want? Because your anxiousness about getting a particular job or getting a particular thing in general is weighted on the fact that you think that you need this particular thing. You need this job. You need whatever it is that you're going after. The question is, do you really need that particular thing, that particular person, that particular job? In fact, you do not. The only thing you need is within you. Everything else is your human experience. So there are many, many multitudes of options that you could have when it comes to your job, your partner, your anything. You are able to manifest and choose what is in your highest good. But if you're focusing on one particular thing and one thing only, you are stopping the flow of your energy. It prevents you from taking action when you are meant to take action. Maybe you're meant to take action on something else, and maybe it's something completely unrelated. Maybe it is something like going out with a friend and having fun. And maybe by going out with that friend, you meet somebody who is then looking for somebody to fulfill a position in a particular company. That could be the action that you needed to take, not continuing to apply for jobs. But you were meant to just go out and have fun with a friend. And maybe that's what gets you that job. Maybe that's what gets you that apartment. Maybe that's what gets you that relationship that you're looking for. Taking action doesn't always look like doing exactly the same thing over and over and over again until you get results. Because you might get results and they may not actually be the results you want. So again, I would like you to close your eyes and feel into what it would feel like to go with the flow. So let's say you applied for that job and a friend calls you and asks you to go out for the evening and you say yes. And you follow those intuitions one after the other after the other. Feel into your energy now and how that feels. Releasing that fear, releasing that anxiousness, releasing the need to know what is going to happen. The pushing forward in things, the most efficient way to go forward is to not push. Because the pushing forward of things, in fact, creates that resistance. It creates that fear, that worry, that anxiety that only delays your manifestations further. So anytime you are in the process of pushing forward, doing what you would call the grind, continuing over and over and over again, take a moment, close your eyes, take a really, really deep breath. Ask yourself, what is it that I truly need right now in this moment? And we will guarantee you that what you need in that moment is not more pushing forward. It's not more of the grind. It is more of your soul alignment. It's more of your soul comfort. It is more of your soul flow. We encourage you to take a step back from anything you are pushing forward in right now, because you're not going to miss an opportunity that is meant for you. It will never happen. If something is meant for you, the opportunity will come up again and again and again. You will not miss it. Do not be afraid of missing anything, because even if one opportunity slips by, there's another opportunity just behind it that might be even better. Remove all of that worry from your consciousness. It does not serve you, and it's not even a part of what we would call the flow of your life. If you continue to worry and you continue being in fear, that is the antithesis of where you want to be, especially on a spiritual journey. Of course, you feel feelings, and you must, as you are human. But what happens if you hold on to those feelings and put them on repeat? They basically taint everything that you do. They cloud everything that you do. So try to remove those fears. Trust that your higher self, your guides, and the universe has your back. and that you are able to move forward in confidence, that you have done everything that you need to do in this moment. And the next thing you must do, you will get that intuition and you will know when you need to do it. And you may ask, how do I know if I get that intuition? What if I'm not connected to my intuition? And we say to that, you are always connected to your intuition. It's just the matter of whether or not you are tuning in and listening. If you have an urge to just get up off the couch and go make a coffee, that is an intuition. If you have this idea that you just want to go for a walk, that is an intuition. You listen to your intuition on a daily basis without even realizing that you're doing it. Now we are asking you to simply do it consciously. If you are having trouble doing this, don't forget to ask for help. Don't forget to have a support system in place that will help you along your path and your journey. Call in people of like energy. Ask the universe and ask your guides for the guidance to your soul family, to the people who you are connected to. They will help you. This question that you always have on your mind about whether or not you need to move forward and take action or be in your creative energy, in your divine feminine energy, it's not even a question in our opinion, because if you are in the flow, you go from one to the other, to the other, to the other, as effortlessly as you breathe. And you can all get to that point of being able to do that. Prior to this moment, you may have been in a place where you didn't connect into your intuition consciously to listen more than maybe once or twice a day. Imagine what your life could be like if you are connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You will be in that flow, that constant flow, and it will be like breathing. The more you practice this, the more you will get good at it, to the point where you won't even have to think about it. It will just happen. We encourage you to try this every day for as long as you can. The second you feel anxiety, anxiousness, fear, or any of those energies come up, we urge you to take a breath, take a moment, and ask your intuition what it is that you need to do in that moment. If your intuition says for you to do nothing, do nothing, and understand that that is what is needed at that moment. And if you're connected, when the time comes that you do have to take action, you will be connected and you will know when it's time. This is what the practice is. This is what it means to be connected to your intuition. This is what it means to be in the flow of your life. You don't have to worry about whether or not you can do this, because every single person on this planet can do it. It's a learned behavior, just like anything else in your life. The benefit of it is that it's already within you. It's not something outside of yourself that you need to learn. It is simply a tuning in. This is how you move through your life effortlessly. This is how you move from day to day into the life that you want to create for yourself. Does this mean that you will never have challenges? Of course it doesn't. You will always have challenges where you have energy that you need to clear or energy that you need to move through. But being in the flow allows you to move through these challenges much more easily. You can feel the emotion, you can move through it and let it go, versus staying in the anxiety and fear and holding on to it. We encourage you to practice this as well. There are many other ways in which you can be in the flow of your life, of your soul, of your life's path and purpose. Just ask your guides for the tools, ask for the messages and the signs of the best way for you to practice this. And it will be done. Is there anything else you want to say in that channel? Yes. You have tried for centuries to master the art of manifestation. There have been many people over the centuries who have mastered this. And it is not a mastering, if you will. It is more of a being in the flow, as we're talking about. So once you're in the flow, everything manifests beautifully. But if you don't know what you're manifesting, or if you don't know what you want, then the manifestations will not come in the form that you want them to. So what needs to happen is you need to be able to create initially. Create that beautiful idea, that spark of artistry or creation that you want to have in your life. Is it a beautiful home? Is it a beautiful relationship? Is it a fulfilling job? Is it that you want to serve others, that you want to help the earth? What is it that you truly feel in your heart is aligned for you to do? You don't have to look too far, because it's not going to be something that is completely different from what you have done over the course of your lifetime. It will align with all of your gifts and talents that you've had since your birth in this incarnation, as well as the talents that you've had in previous incarnations. The previous incarnations set up the scene, so to speak, for the next lifetimes to come. And so you are already set up for success. You are already in a place where you can access everything that you ever wanted to access. It is just a matter of being able to tune in and clear those fears and anxieties away. This is why so many of you must do the healing work, because the fears and anxieties and the pain is so deep and so strong that it does not simply just take a clearing to be able to get rid of it. You must be able to be in clear energy to have that manifestation happen quickly. And as long as it is aligned with your soul purpose and with what you are meant to do on this planet, it will come to you effortlessly and with ease. If you are trying to manifest something that is not in your highest good, it will not come easy, and you will get frustrated and you will get into lower energies again. This is why we encourage you to let go. Let go of that idea that you must continue manifesting something that is not coming. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe it's not the right thing for you in your life. Maybe it's not the right person in your life. Maybe it's not the right job. We encourage you to practice all of what we just spoke about. Practice being in the flow of taking action when you need to take action, but then allowing yourself that space to joyfully create what you want to have coming up in the next moment, even. If you keep on putting those beautiful pieces of energy into the universe that you are creating, think of them as little orbs that carry the orders to the universe that you want for your life. Let the universe sift through them and give you the ones that are the best for you. If you can imagine that you have an orb that is filled with your order of what you want the universe to give you, and you give the universe that one orb, and the universe says, that is not for you, or that is not in your highest good. If you haven't given other orders within the orb, or if you haven't had multiple orbs created with your creativity and your beautiful ideas of what you want for your life. If the universe turns down that one orb, then what are you left with? You're left with no creations, no manifestations. So manifest a lot, manifest as much as you can, because you're going to throw all of those little orders in those little orbs up to the universe, and the universe is going to sort through them and say, yes, these are the ones for you, and they are going to curate the best possible life for you moving forward. It's not that we do not trust you to be able to sift through these yourself. It's that we have a higher perspective. We have a higher viewpoint of what is going to happen and what are the potential timelines. And so for you, your job is to create. Your job is to throw those beautiful orbs into the universe and say, this is my order. This is what I want to do. And we will curate it for you and hand it back to you and say, here, this is what you ordered. Imagine how beautiful that would feel. So don't just focus on one thing. This is why it doesn't come to you if you focus on one thing. Is there anything else you want to share? No, not at this time. Okay, I'm just sort of digesting that channeling, and it's interesting because especially on the twin flame journey, we have a tendency to focus so much on our twin and focus so much on the person that we know is sort of meant for us. And the way that they were showing it to me, where they were showing those little orbs, that was actually a visual that I was getting. So they were showing me these little orbs, and each one has a little order in it. Let's say like you're putting in an order for a restaurant. And yeah, it made total sense the way that they described it, which is if you only have one orb and one order in, and they're completely out of, I don't know, club sandwiches, if they're out of club sandwiches, you're not going to get any food because you're not putting in any other orders, right? So yeah, and that's something that I'm going to have to think on myself, because yeah, I have just recently created some intentions to be able to pull in the best relationship in the 3D for me. And I left it completely open. It doesn't have to be my twin flame. It doesn't have to be anyone in particular. It can be anyone. And I'm leaving that open to the universe. So that gives me so many more options to be able to have the universe fulfill that request, right? So when you're kind of focusing on something and you feel like you need to continually take action to do it. And a lot of times we'll do that when it comes to work or jobs or, anything within a job that we're doing. Oh, I have to continue to do this. I have to move forward. I have to take action. I have to do these things. And yes, from one point, yes, okay, sure, you have to do your job. I don't think they're asking you not to take action and not to do your job. But what I think they're asking you to do is to take a step back and not be so worried and concerned. So I remember when I was in corporate, there was always sort of this little competitive edge that always sort of happened between designers and between everybody, really. I mean, the corporate environment is set up for competition. And I feel like if you were just to sort of let go of that feeling of competition, let go of that anxiety that you have that, oh, I have to do better than this person. If you just sort of let go with it and do what is in your heart that is meant to happen, do in your heart what you are feeling guided to do, then you're going to outshine everybody anyway, because you're not in that game. You're not in that wheel, that hamster wheel. And I think that really goes for anything that you're working toward. If you're working toward something and you're constantly checking on it, constantly trying to cultivate it, it's not going to come any faster. And in fact, you're going to end up delaying it in the long run. So do a little meditation on this particular channel and see where it lands for you. See what kind of subject matter comes up for you in terms of where are you pushing too hard? Where are you not creating? Where are you not giving the universe your order? Giving your request. Where are you not doing that? And is that the part of your life that is not flourishing? It would be really interesting to see what you come up with in a meditation and how that comes into your consciousness. And if you feel like sharing, I would love to hear in the comments or, on social media, wherever you want to put in a comment, what your experience is and what you've realized that you have been pushing too hard on that you needed to let go of in order to let the flow of the universe happen. Have an amazing day and never stop exploring your soul, because it is the most important relationship you will ever have. If you are interested in learning more about me and the sessions that I do, feel free to go to my website at infinitesoullove.com. On all social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Infinite Soul Love 1111. Hey, and if you feel called, I would love it if you could rate The Heart of You on whatever streaming service you're using, whether it's Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Please take a moment, give it a review. It really does help the channel. Thanks so much.